You know how you can really tell that you're getting older? When you go to your mailbox and the only mail you have is from the local funeral homes and this society that does cremations. that's that's not a good omen, okay? The reason I say that, I just went to my mailbox here in Carrizozo, and I had one from a funeral home in Albuquerque, and then another one from that Neptune Society that does cheap cremations and stuff. And I thought, I wonder what makes them think I need something like that. What's wrong with these people? But be that as it may, it is a beautiful day. It's Saturday morning here in Carrizozo, May the 10th, 2025 at 9:46 a.m. and the temperature shows to be 64 degrees as usual. Clear skies, not much wind, a little out of the northeast, I think. But yeah, I got a pizza last night there at Rosie's, and yeah, it was good. But be that, we're just going to ramble on here a minute. Why? Well, this is my daily morning routine, sort of. I've already got a gallon of water here at the water spot there at that gas station. Gasoline is $2.73 a gallon for regular unleaded here in Carrizozo, which is about 20 cents higher or 30 cents higher than Alamogordo, New Mexico. And this little intersection here can be pretty busy sometimes, like 3 or 4 cars. And there's the main hangout right there, that Allsup's gas station. But it's got a restaurant in there. I mean, they got all kind of food and stuff. So, and yeah, I don't even want to mention this, but I will. It looks like I'm towing a car. I mean, there's one right on my bumper. Why does that irritate me? I don't know. Why does it irritate anybody? It does, though. And I guess people know it. Anyway, we're moving along. I'm going the speed limit. Actually, I'm going over the speed limit. I'm going 45, and the speed limit's 40. But I'm not in a hurry, so we'll just cruise on along here. Here's a weed shop. It's called a Premium Cannabis Dispensary here in Carrizozo. I don't know what all you can get there, but I'm sure you can get whatever you need if you do that stuff. But yeah, getting older, what a fun thing to do. The golden years. The only thing golden about them is the doctors dig at all your gold, if you have any. Cruising along, guys, on a Saturday morning, no hurry at all. And here comes Speedy now. They're from Arizona. We'll see if you're from Arizona, you can do that. But yeah, this lava flow we're going to go out to here. We've been here 100 times, but we haven't been here today. We haven't been here May the 10th, 2025. There's that property on the left. That house up there, you may be able to see it in the distance. That house and 40 acres are for sale for like $75,000. Looks like a hell of a deal. Well, you got to go. The house is a zero. I can't believe that they let it go like they did, but I went up there and looked at it a couple of times and thought, man, even to just use it as a place to park an RV, would be a strain, because even they do have, I think, city sewer there and water, and there also is an electric pole, of course, for the house. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that in for flavor, and away we go. But getting older, how fun, I mean, have I noticed any changes? Oh, let me count the ways, let me count. Not really. I mean, I don't have any really aches and pains and all that stuff. I sleep good, and I eat good, and of course I exercise and all that stuff, which helps a lot. I try to stay busy and keep my mind active. I read and all that crap. But yeah, I mean, your get up and go is going, and it just drifting away slowly, though. I mean, it's like it's like a river that's barely flowing, and you're in the inner tube floating through life, where you've just slowed down. You just kind of you've hit the slow part of the stream. I was thinking about it too. This is a right to die state, or New Mexico is, or death with dignity. They give you, if you go through all the tests and then you pass, go through all the hoops, then they give you a prescription. You go to the pharmacy and pick up this pill, and you take it when you want to. Now, put yourself in that position. Okay, you got the pill. You've gone through all the crap, got the pill. There you sit, and you're 90 years old, and you're not going to live much longer, or at least the doctor told you that, but you don't believe what doctors say anyway. So there you sit in your rocking chair with the pill and probably some pains, or you're taking some powerful medication, and so you're thinking, well, of course, when you swallow the pill, it's irreversible. It's not like a dimmer switch where you do it a little bit at a time. No, you don't die a little bit at a time. No, supposedly you just kind of go to sleep and don't wake up. They say it's painless. I mean, I've read a little bit about it and why. Well, I mean, at my age, you have a little slight interest in some of those things. But there you sit with the pill in your fingers, and you got a little glass of water or whatever you're going to wash it down with. I may use whiskey or something, who knows. And that would be a tough decision. It's like pulling the trigger on a 45 held to your head, because when you do it, it's dead. But here we are at Valley of Fires Recreation Area near Carrizozo, New Mexico. It's a Corps of Engineers, no, it's a Bureau of Land Management. I'm sorry, Bureau of Land Management campground, improved. This first site we'll pass is number 1, I think, but it doesn't have any hookups at all. It's just a plain old. And what happens is, and some of the camp hosts catch them, but people will pull in here late at night, right here at this site, and it's very convenient to the exit in the mornings, But anyway, we'll see how full they are and talk about getting older. How come? Well, I know a little bit about it, not a lot. I'm learning as I go. It's totally new experience. Comes a Class C. A Class C without a tow vehicle, if you can do it and enjoy it, is a good way to go camping. It is. There's what do they call those things? I can't remember. That's a good looking rig though. R-Pod, that's what they're called, R-Pods. The old camp host that's been here for years is no longer here, at least. I haven't seen him. I've been coming out here 2 or 3 times a week. Why? Well, it's just a pretty place to go, and sometimes one of these days I'm going to go out there and go walking in that lava field. I may do it today. I don't know. But yeah, they have showers and stuff. This is it right there. And they do have a camp host now, but it's somebody in a travel trailer. It's not the guy in the motorhome. And being a camp host here, they say, is a pretty good deal, because they give you a per diem and stuff. Yeah, in fact, camp hosting for BLM, Bureau of Land Management, is a pretty good thing if you're not fully retired. You need to supplement your income a little bit each month. Because they got some pretty good deals, Check them out. And you can do it online. That's how I got 2 deals with the national parks by just checking it online and contacting them. One was at Gila Cliff Dwellings near north of Silver City, and the other one was Hovenweep National Monument, Hovenweep, a really interesting place. and it's right on the Colorado-Utah border. And yeah, I had uh, like a duplex. I mean, they had a nice setup there. So whenever you go out on the road, if you choose to, you can find things to do to keep you busy and make a little money. And if it's a husband and wife, it's a slam dunk. They always want couples. You know, there are a few that'll take onesomes or singles like me. Gila Cliff Dwellings and Hovenweep, that's two for sure. So now we'll go down to the tent area, but that lava flow, you know, it's they say it's the 8th largest lava flow in the world. I don't know how many miles it covers, 60 miles or so, and it's pretty wide at points. And it's deep. They got caves underneath this stuff. See that wall of lava there? You know, underneath there they got bubbles, like big air bubbles that form caves and stuff. Yeah. And it's a wildlife habitat times 10. I mean, there's little squirrels, chipmunks out there, chipmunks, rabbits, all kind of little rodents out there. And along with that comes, and along with who eats those? Well, I have to tell you, rattlesnakes. They have a black-tailed rattlesnake here. See that big old chunk of lava there? I'm telling you, man. But you know, years ago, if you were cutting across here on horseback or wagon train, and you got to this, you had to go around it. You ain't gonna get a horse across that crap. This old guy ain't supposed to be down here in this pickup camper. But, you know, he saved $2. He does him, I do me. Here's a lady with a tent. Well, she got 2 tents. Maybe her and her husband had a spat. And here is HUD. What was the name of that movie with Marlon Brando? The Wild One? Was that him? Nope, it wasn't. He had that trophy on his handlebars. Yeah, and they took over this town. Yeah, that was I think it was called The Wild One or something like that. Good old 1950s motorcycle movies. So guys, we're burning daylight here. Oh, I was going to mention this too. You know, people have been asking me, oh, well, when are you going to go take a trip and all that stuff? I tell you, man, I've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and I don't think I'm going to do anything. Why? Well, because I'm quite comfortable where I am. I mean, I can drive out here. I can go to Capitan. I can go to Ruidoso. I can go to Tularosa. I can go to Alamogordo. I can go to Cloudcroft for little day outings. And I don't have to worry about scrambling for a site or cruising down the highway and going through traffic in towns and cities and stuff. No, I can just enjoy my life. And I got that little deli over in Capitan at the Smokies Market. Go there every now and then, and then I cook some food. In fact, I have a pot of beans on right now, a pot of pinto beans. Yep, and on we go. I eat pretty simply. The reason is I'm not a real Chef Boyardee, so my meals are pretty damn simple, but it works. So guys, from out here in the Valley of Fires, New Mexico, near Carrizozo, on a Saturday morning, May the 10th, 2025 at 9:59 a.m. We'll cruise a little bit here and let you see some of the stuff. Yeah, some of you guys that are coming here, number 15 is a good site. This is the one I usually got right here. But if you're allergic to cedar pollen, it may not be the best one because there's a big old cedar right where the wind blows. In fact, there is a little cedar pollen here in the spring sometimes. Not just here, but in parts of New Mexico. Well, here's all the campers. They're all having fun. Everybody's just tickled to death to be here. They're all excited. This guy's here. He just loves going to the dump station. The highlight of his day. I don't even go to them anymore. I haven't been to a dump station in 15 years. I figured a way around it. Poop in a bag and pee in a jug. Put the bag in the trash and pour the pee, water a tree. Anyway, guys, from out here in the boonies on a Saturday morning, you can see that flag waving there. Tells you the wind direction and speed a little bit. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want. But if you're going to buy something from Amazon, use the Amazon link in the description of the video. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind. He's towing that. Oh, I thought that was a Ford Maverick, but that's a Ford something else. But anyway, yeah. Stand guard at the door of your mind and enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. When all else fails, take a drive or take a walk. Growing older. What a thrill. Adios, amigos.